Let's unpack the chip sector further with Bernstein semiconductor analyst Stacey Rascon. Stacey, it's great to see you. Nvidia doesn't report until late-ish November, but of course we have so many signals this week, right? With capex from some of the Mag 7. What do they need to show us to keep the Nvidia party going?
Look, they just need to show us that demand is there and strong and ideally growing, right? I mean, the big concern there's a number of concerns when anything runs this much, but I mean, the biggest concern has just been sustainability. Like the numbers have gotten so big so quickly, you just worry that it can't keep going. And like, as of right now, from everything we can see, it looks like it's still going. Like I get the nervousness. It clearly is not time to worry this year. I don't even think it's time to worry next year. We'll see as we go farther out. But I think at this point, they just need to show that demand is strong and growing and accelerating. And at least from where we're standing right now, everything we can see, things look pretty good, I think.
Right. Stacey, I want to ask you about the story that Seema was just talking about, and that is the idea that Trump especially, but perhaps both candidates would crack down on manufacturing of chips inside of the U.S., but what we've seen from TSMC versus what we haven't seen from Intel. Sort of talk about that and what it would mean if TSMC wasn't able to ramp up here in the United States.
Look, I'll be honest. So I heard Trump's comments as well, and he was, what did he say on Rogan? He said he didn't like the CHIPS Act. He wanted to replace it with tariffs. Yeah. I mean, it makes, look, it's Trump, so Trump is gonna Trump, but it doesn't make any sense, right? The idea that like Taiwan has stolen, quote unquote, our chip making abilities is ridiculous. Like that is not true. And like not allowing foreign companies to make chips on U.S. soil, that is actually what we want. I mean, look, the whole like the idea that we are dependent on Taiwan and that is becoming increasingly an untenable situation is very true. And you know, we want to get leading edge infrastructure built here in the U.S. And to be honest, from a policy standpoint, it really shouldn't be mattering all that much who is building it. I understand why Intel is sort of named the national champion, but if the goal is really to get as much leading edge capacity built here as quickly as possible, we should be giving the money to the folks who can build it. And as of right now, that entity is TSMC. And you're right, you know, there was some news flow of last week that suggested that their yield ramp in Arizona is actually exceeding targets and maybe even exceeding what they do in Taiwan. There are no other players, neither Intel nor Samsung, that can make claims that are anywhere near that. So if the goal is to build the capacity and get it here and installed and running in the U.S. to de-risk the supply chain, that's happening right now. And so stopping that would be a problem, sure.
In today's fast-paced digital age, the technology industry is akin to a rapidly evolving ecosystem where innovation is not only expected, but has become paramount for survival. Amidst the multitude of companies endeavoring to leave a significant mark, Nvidia has successfully asserted itself as a pioneering force, garnering widespread acclaim from both technology enthusiasts and investors alike. This admiration is primarily attributable to Nvidia's groundbreaking advancements in artificial intelligence technology, particularly its celebrated graphics processing units, which have consistently set the bar high within the competitive tech landscape. Nvidia is not merely riding the crest of the AI wave, it's crafting the very momentum and direction of that wave. The company's legendary feats in the past have certainly commanded attention, but what is currently igniting excitement is the imminent release of its cutting-edge architecture, Blackwell. Speculation is rife among industry insiders and analysts, hinting that Blackwell could potentially redefine AI capabilities as they are perceived today. With influential players such as Meta Platforms and Amazon counted among its clientele, Nvidia's story is intricately woven into the fabric of the AI sector. Rather than simply maintaining pace, Nvidia appears to be setting the tempo. The burning question that arises is, why is the upcoming fourth quarter deemed a defining moment for this tech titan? Join us as we delve deeper into Nvidia's electrifying journey and the exhilarating prospects that lie ahead. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
Yeah, we're not going to get Nvidia for a little bit, Stacey, but you know, every so often you hear, and I'm sure you do it more than I do, well, there's, you know, a small company over here that's developing a next generation chip that's going to ultimately disintermediate or push Nvidia to the side. I mean, how long is their dominance, do you think, going to last?
Well, I mean, there's always somebody in the wings. That this is an enormous market, right? The idea that there's not going to be others trying to take a piece of that pie is ridiculous. Of course they are. Now, that being said, like NVIDIA's built up their position in silicon and hardware and software and systems and ecosystem over 10 or 20 years, right? And they've put those moats into place. And so anybody that is trying to get in there, and I'm not talking that people can't get little bits. Clearly, AMD and others are getting, little bits, but to be like material in that market, you've got to like penetrate those moats. And it's a very, very difficult thing to do. And especially for a startup, I mean, when you just look at the amount of money that NVIDIA has to invest in these things versus, smaller, very small companies, it's tough. It's very, very tough. So at this point, I'm not terribly worried about some like young upstart coming in and taking a massive amount of NVIDIA. So I'm not even really that worried about larger companies, larger competitors going in and trying to take doesn't seem to be impacting them very much right now.
In recent years, NVIDIA has evolved into a synonym for artificial intelligence, marking a monumental achievement as it transitioned from a gaming industry cornerstone to an indispensable catalyst for global AI initiatives. Its GPUs, lauded for their unparalleled speed and efficiency, have transcended the realm of mere technological components to become vital assets in rapturing an ever-eager AI industry. Ironically, despite their allure, these GPUs remain an elusive commodity, with demand persistently outstripping supply, creating an aura of scarcity and exclusivity. Drawing a parallel between NVIDIA's journey and a mountaineer conquering Everest would not be an exaggeration. Unlike many who might choose to rest upon reaching the summit, NVIDIA is adeptly navigating the challenging conditions at the peak. Its AI chips, initially engineered to enhance gaming graphics, have seamlessly metamorphosed into essential tools for executing intricate AI operations. This transformation isn't a solitary occurrence. NVIDIA's influence is resonating vibrantly across the industry. CEO Jensen Huang encapsulated this role, articulating that NVIDIA serves as the on-ramp for the AI sector, facilitating entry and advancement within this burgeoning field. NVIDIA's strategic expansion beyond GPUs into a diverse array of sophisticated AI solutions has further fortified its position, attracting every major player in the AI landscape to its doorstep. Anecdotes abound, such as a recent account of Oracle's Larry Ellison and Tesla's Elon Musk petitioning Huang for additional GPUs over dinner, thereby underscoring NVIDIA's indispensable status in the growing and dynamic AI ecosystem. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with NVIDIA's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
I think NVIDIA is undervalued.
What?
Undervalued.
On what basis?
Because the future is much bigger. NVIDIA is just one example.
Right.
Okay? What about the total, Gen AI future? What is the value of the future? Is this a bubble today or not? Okay? Some critics, the most negative guy says, oh, this AGI, ASI, in 10 years, maybe only 5% is actually useful or, replacing people's job, but 95% still the same, no change. It takes time. So I say, okay, let's accept the most negative critics' view. That is only 5% change, 95% unchanged, but what is that, ASI investment required to take? Okay, 10,000 smarter than mankind. How many gigawatts? We were talking about gigawatts just before me.
Yeah.
I have predicted it will take 400 gigawatts of AI data centers power. 400 gigawatts. That's bigger than total US electricity. And it will require 200 million chip. Okay? The cumulative capex, $9 trillion. $9 trillion. How do you recoup? How do you recoup? It's too much investment for many people's view. I say it's still very reasonable capex. $9 trillion is not too big.
Nvidia's financial performance further consolidates its reputation as an industry stalwart, with quarterly earnings exhibiting unprecedented growth and a stock price that has surged by an astonishing 2,600% over the past 5 years. Nvidia's 2023 trajectory shows no signs of deceleration. Analysts are predicting a 185% increase in stock value, underscoring not only the magnitude but the unwavering constancy of Nvidia's impressive ascension. As the world awaits the unveiling of the Blackwell architecture, it becomes evident that this is not merely an iterative upgrade. It's a monumental leap forward that promises to redefine the trajectory of AI technologies. Nvidia aims to initiate Blackwell's production in the fourth quarter, and the buzz is palpable. Investors are charged with anticipation, ready to witness what could be Nvidia's next transformative epic. Even in the volatile realm of tech forecasting, Nvidia's strategy appears as robust as its silicon chips, driven by a demand for Blackwell that eclipses foreseeable supply, promising significant leaps in performance and integration. The fourth quarter doesn't merely offer Nvidia an opportunity to sustain its financial progression. It heralds a new chapter in its AI narrative. Echoing Elon Musk's quip, AI will probably be the only thing that gets bigger than space. Nvidia's progress points towards a future where a clear-eyed observation of data confirms their inevitable trajectory. With powerful GPUs that are redefining potential, Nvidia's journey is clearly and unerringly sketched across both datasheets and industry forecasts, underpinning its pivotal role in the ongoing digital evolution. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
You like to think big.
Yeah. So let me say, what is $9 trillion cumulative? But if the 5% of GDP in 10 years from today replaced by ASI, what is the number?
Right.
5% of global GDP is $9 trillion. $9 trillion per year. If the ASI produce you $9 trillion per year, cumulative investment of $9 trillion, small money.
All right.
Small money. You recoup in 1 year for the total cumulative. So that means $9 trillion capex investment you can depreciate. 1 year revenue, that means like 50% profit. 50% profit. It is going to be $4 trillion net income per year. $4 trillion net income shared by new GAFA. 4 companies will take $1 trillion profit.
And you want to be one of them?
Of course.
As Nvidia stands on the brink of unveiling Blackwell, the AI fraternity and investors should prepare for what could become a pivotal moment in tech history. Nvidia doesn't just anticipate an increase in revenue with Blackwell, it foresees a robust upward trajectory in demand that promises a bullish outlook far beyond the current fiscal horizon. This groundbreaking innovation emphasizes Nvidia's unwavering commitment to maintaining its leadership position amid the AI surge. With the AI industry projected to expand from a $200 billion valuation to a monumental $1 trillion by the decade's conclusion, the potential returns for investors in Nvidia's stocks are compellingly substantial and promising. Though Nvidia shares currently trade at 49 times forward earnings estimates, a figure that might daunt the uninitiated, this valuation is reasonable for stakeholders occupying pivotal roles in AI's unfolding future. As we stand at the threshold of another digital revolution, one cannot help but marvel at the assurances Nvidia's relentless ingenuity provides. For those considering joining Nvidia's investor family, the present juncture is an exhilarating opportunity to engage, as Nvidia doesn't merely challenge industry norms, it reinvents them consistently and unapologetically. What thoughts come to mind as you ponder Nvidia's transformative potential to reshape AI as it is currently understood? And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen.